Hi there. This is Dr. John Whitcomb talking about flavor and emotions. The concept we're trying to develop here is that flavor comes from the secondary chemicals that are in plants. And every plant has hundreds, if not thousands of them that have nothing to do with the plant's metabolism. But they are the messages by which the plant communicates its surrounding. And those things are things like, an example might be a plant being eaten by a caterpillar puts out a chemical from the plant that a wasp can detect. The wasp then finds the plant, finds the caterpillar, lays its eggs in the caterpillar, thereby saving the plant. You get the drift. This is a very unbelievably complicated mechanism by which all of plants can communicate with the animals and the environment around themselves to keep themselves from being eaten. Now, what effect does that have in humans? Now, humans have developed language, and language limits the way we view the world, but we can think of several examples. For example, in Chicago, in the 1929 era, a Chicago pediatrician found 15 children that were starving to death and in great danger of starvation, and agreed to feed them for 6 years. Their mothers, some of them had mothers, some of them were orphans, couldn't interfere. The children had to be able to pick whatever food they wanted. And it was things from as exotic as brains and bone broth to oranges and barley and just a wide variety of 40 different foods. But nobody could interfere. One of the children that had, at that time had rickets, ate tons of cod liver oil. And their rickets got better and then never touched the cod liver oil again. Cod liver oil is a rich source of vitamin D, thereby curing its rickets. Another example, we don't have a lot of them, but another example is a well-documented story of a British ship called the Centurion back in 1741. As it traveled around the world, several hundred of the sailors on the ship died of this mystery disease, whereby old wounds were opening up and prior fractures refractured. 200 of the sailors died until they finally arrived on a South Pacific island. And they had incredible longing, a scorbutic, I think it was called scorbutic advantage or something to that effect, by which they were looking for anything to do with plants. They even ate moss, but cured their scurvy. Now, British ships were notorious for feeding hardtack, which is basically white flour, and it takes a lot of vitamin C to digest white flour. It wasn't for a couple more decades before vitamin C, in terms of limes and lemons, cured scurvy. So those are two examples we have from history in which you can see that humans, given the chance to just express their own emotions and feelings, ate food that cured their diseases. We don't have a lot of research on that. What we do know, though, is that's what flavor does in nature. Flavor is the means by which we then find foods we need. Well, the food industry knows this and is now feeding us chemicals and compounds that basically encourage us to eat more of the food that's being for sale. But that's not to our advantage, and that leads us to unbelievable problems with obesity and overeating. What will work for me? I think what this tends to say is the less manufactured food you eat and the more whole food you eat, the more your body allows you to eat what's really good for you. I'm going to think about that. I think more research is coming. In the meantime, if you can figure out where this is in Ireland, you get bonus points. Howth Castle. Dr. Whitcomb for News and Nutrition. Thank you.